Welcome to the series, What Technology Cannot Replace, and that's being human. For years, humanity has asked a fascinating question. Can machines become more like humans? Can they think? Can they reason? Can they create? Can they eventually surpass us? But perhaps we should be asking a completely different question, a more uncomfortable question. Can humans become more like machines? Not physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Because sometimes the greatest threat is not artificial intelligence becoming human. It is human beings becoming artificial. Living efficiently, functioning perfectly, achieving constantly, yet feeling increasingly disconnected from themselves. Because there is a difference between being productive and being alive. And I learned that lesson the hard way. There was a period in my life when I believed success was simply a matter of working harder. If I worked more, I would achieve more. If I sacrificed more, I would succeed faster. If I pushed harder than everyone else, eventually I would arrive at the life I wanted. It sounded logical, and at first it worked. The goals were being achieved, the work was getting done, the responsibilities were being handled. People often admired my discipline, my commitment, my work ethic. And if someone had asked me how I was doing, I probably would have said, I'm busy, as if busy had become a badge of honor, a measure of worth, a sign of importance. But beneath the productivity, something else was happening, something I didn't notice at first. I was slowly becoming mechanical. Wake up, work, respond, deliver, repeat. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. Months became years. And somewhere along the way, I stopped living. I was functioning, but I wasn't truly living. The strange thing about burnout is that it rarely arrives all at once. It creeps in on you quietly. One neglected meal, one missed break, one postponed holiday, one sleepless night, one ignored warning sign, until eventually the body begins speaking louder. The mind begins struggling. The emotions begin to surface. And suddenly, the machine you've been trying to become starts breaking down bit by bit. I had ignored my body. I neglected my well-being. I postponed my joy. I convinced myself there would be time later to rest, later to travel, later to enjoy life, later to reconnect, and later to slow down. But later is a dangerous word because sometimes later never arrives. Life eventually gave me several wake-up calls, some physical, some emotional, some mental. And each one forced me to confront a difficult truth. I was disappearing, not physically, personally. The person I used to be, the person who laughed more, noticed more, felt more, connected more. That person, she was fading. I had become so focused on building a life that I forgot to live it. So focused on reaching the destination that I stopped appreciating the journey. And perhaps the saddest realization of all was this. Everything I was chasing was supposed to improve my life. Yet somehow, I was losing my life while pursuing it. We live in a culture that celebrates achievement. And achievement matters. Goals matter. Growth matters. Success matters. But there is a danger when success becomes the only thing that matters. Because eventually, we begin measuring ourselves by our output instead of well-being, by productivity instead of purpose, by achievement instead of fulfillment. And the result? People who look successful on the outside but feel empty on the inside. People who have built impressive lives but forgotten how to enjoy them. People who spend years climbing ladders only to discover they were leaning against the wrong wall. My turning point wasn't dramatic. There was no single life-changing moment. Instead, it came through awareness. I began noticing things: a sunrise, a meaningful conversation, a walk without rushing, a meal enjoyed slowly, some time spent with people I cared about, moments that productivity could never measure, moments that no spreadsheet could capture, moments that reminded me what life was actually for. And I realized something. The goal of life is not simply to get more done. The goal of life is to experience it, to participate in it, to feel it, to be present for it. Because one day, let's admit, none of us will wish we had answered one more email. But instead, we may wish we had spent more time with the people we love. Technology is not the enemy. Hard work is not the enemy. Success is not the enemy. But when they replace humanity, they become dangerous, because a life optimized for efficiency can still be empty. A life optimized for achievement can still be lonely. A life optimized for productivity can still be meaningless. The challenge is not to reject progress. The challenge is to remain human while pursuing it. Ask yourself honestly, what am I sacrificing today in the pursuit of tomorrow? Is it my health, my relationships, my peace, my joy? And if I continue living exactly as I am now, where will I be 5 years from today? Will I be thriving or merely functioning? Because there is a vast difference, and that difference matters to you. The future does not need more machines. It already has those. The future needs more humans. Humans who know how to rest. Humans who know how to feel. Humans who know how to connect. Humans who know how to be present. Because the greatest danger facing humanity is not that machines will become human. It's that humans will become machines. Technology may replace many things humans do, but never forget to ask, can it replace what humans are? So until next time, slow down, look up, and most importantly, stay human. I will see you in the next and final episode. Thank you for joining me.